Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I think to all their 2022 is set commit their honest lecture and friend that I respect. I will present my research the time Deradicalization in the novel Demi Allah Aku Jadi Teroris by Demian Dematra. Preliminary literary work are valuable if they are useful for the problem of life the exist in society. The social problem that currently exists in the life of the nation and state in the problem of terrorism. The root of the problem of terrorism is a radical ideology that must be tackled comprehensively, including through literary message. One of the literary work with the theme of deradicalization in the novel For the Sake of Allah, Demi Allah, Aku Jadi Teroris by Demian Dematra. This novel is interesting to study considering that its contain the radicalization message that can be understood by the reader. Research method. This study uses a sociological approach to literary work with a qualitative descriptive method. The theory used is a dialectical model theory by prioritizing a coherent meaning with the time of the radicalization. The debt collection technique is the form of cutting the text that is considered important and contained in image of the radicalization. That analysis and processing technique based off the follow step are reading and understanding the literary work to be studied. B. Finding the character who has the most dominant conflict. C. Finding the conflict resolution given by the author. And D. Drawing conclusion. Research and discussion. Form of identifikasi in novel Demi Allah Aku Jadi Teroris by Demian Dematra. The form of identification of terrorist case in the novel Demi Allah Aku Jadi Teroris. Novel begin with the scene of the attack conduction briefing with his member. Identification of terrorist suspect must be based on a core date from this occur and the tile that appropriate the tile and sustainable action can be taken. Other form of identification in the novel Demi Allah Aku Jadi Teroris. Identify the suspect name and terrorists usually has a variety of names. The form of the radicalization at the identification stage in the novel is also shown by the attempt to post a photo of a suspect terrorist to the mass media. The next form of identification is to make observation and clarification carried out by prakarsa and wisdom. Identification and production is carried out on a person who is suspect of being carried out by means of clarification, namely be arrested a person who is suspect of being for clarification, identify the profile of suspect terrorist, suspect that inventory, identification of report from the public, undercover investigation is quick form of the radicalization in novel Demi Allah Aku Jadi Teroris, then form of re-education in the novels include Kamala getting religious service by Ustad assisted to be patient. The Ustad gave a religious understanding of the true jihad until finally Kamala realized and call understand that Islam is a rahmatan lil alamin. Next, form of social integration. The form of social integration in the novel Demi Allah Aku Jadi Teroris is carried out by Prakarsa to Kamala. Prakarsa as a police office still accept the love of Kamala from a former terrorist. The form of integration carried out by Kamala is continue studying again. Then Kamala also turned the terrorist training camp into a place for education, rehabilitation, and health service posts. Conclusion: the form of deradicalization in the novel Demi Allah Aku Jadi Teroris include one form of identification, form of law enforcement, form of re-education, and form of social integration that can be understood and applied by rider of the public. Thank you very much.